Hi, I'm Helenor Watson, and the passage today is Luke 10, and there's a couple of points that I just wanted to bring out that I was thinking about when reading it. The first one, in the Passion version, it mentions that Jesus formed 35 teams to send them out, and I just loved the way the translation worded that, as you know, not just put them in twos, but they were teams. And Jesus's plan is always that we're not on our own, that we are in a team, and it just made me think about what's good about being in a team. Why is it good for us to be with other people? And I think one of the things is definitely a bit of encouragement, a bit of positivity of, come on, you know, when things are getting tough, often the other person in the team or other people in the team are feeling a little bit more up that day. And it's great to have someone say, oh, look, I know it's hard, but come on, we can do this. And I think that's what's so great about being in a team. There's always encouragement. Sometimes that can be a bit of a kick up the backside that we all need sometimes. But isn't it great that we're not alone, that we are in teams? And that's just the case now as it was then. The second point that I was thinking about is where it says in the passage that the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. And I was thinking about where is our harvest, and how can we reach that harvest? How can we reach that harvest in the midst of this pandemic? And the passage tells us to pray. And so I really want to encourage us to pray to God for the harvest, that he will use us as workers, and that we'll have creative new ways to reach that harvest. And I was thinking about Matt Edmondson and the Alpha team, you know, just putting that online, and the stories that we've heard about how great that's been. Let's get creative. Let's expect God to speak to us about how we can reach our harvest. The third point I wanted to think about was what's it like to be as vulnerable as a lamb going into a pack of wolves? What does that look like? A lamb, what does that lamb signify, and what does a wolf signify? For me, it's sort of also a bit of a reminder that God knows that we don't all find it easy to go and tell people about him. But even though he acknowledges our vulnerability, the instruction still stands. A fourth point is what distracts us. What distracts us from praying? What distracts us from doing? What distracts us from our harvest? And at this time, when we've been living in such strange times, we've probably had a bit of time to reflect on what these distractions are and what are we going to do about them. And finally, this passage just reminds us of the main thing, and really is saying, stick to the main thing. The main thing, salvation and healing. That is our calling. That's our responsibility, to be workers in the harvest, to bring healing and bring salvation. And those are just a couple of the points that just sprang out of me when I read that passage this morning. And I hope that you find some of those points helpful to reflect on in your reading.